Hello everybody. In today's session, I shall discuss about micro teaching. Well, when we speak about or think about the concept of micro teaching, it is regarded as a vehicle of teachers training program. This is because it is through micro teaching the teacher will be in a position to develop the skills, and accordingly the teacher will be able to maximize his teaching. Now coming to the evolution of micro teaching, the term micro teaching was evolved in the year 1960 by Allen and his group. Clear? Allen defined it, he defined micro teaching as the scale down teaching encounter. He defined micro teaching as a scale down teaching encounter in class size and class time. According to him, he stated that the teacher or the trainee needs to form small groups. Small groups, that is the class size needs to be reduced, and selecting small units, the portion, small units, and limiting the time of delivery to 5 to 10 minutes, that is the class time. So in this way, we see that by micro teaching, it implies that we need to reduce the size of the class, time and the unit. Now coming to the purpose of micro teaching, the main purpose of micro teaching is to master one skill at one time. That means the trainee has to develop one skill at one time. Clear? So there are different skills that the trainee needs to develop. So here are the different skills. Here are the different skills. So before coming to the different skills, let us understand the purpose. As I stated, the main purpose is to master one skill at one time. The main aim is to develop a specific skill at one time. It enables the trainee to understand and develop the specific skill. In this way, each of the skill will be sharpened. Developing the skills is the basic need for a teacher. And while undertaking the micro teaching, the teacher will be in a position to eliminate all those barriers that becomes an obstruction for transacting the information to the learner. In this way, the trainee is able to develop the specific skill that is required for him in the class. So let us come to the different skills. There are different skills that the trainee has to develop. The first is the skill to introduce the lesson. Clear? Now, a teacher does not randomly enters the class and begins the lesson. He has to possess, the teacher has to possess the skill of introducing the lesson. Therefore, this skill needs to be developed. And once the trainee is polished, it's refined in this skill, he will be switching to the other skill. Clear? So, until and unless he masters this particular skill, the next skill will not be communicated with the trainee. So in this way, the different skills could be as the skill to explain, okay, the skill of explaining, how the teacher is going to explain, how the teacher is going to explain with illustration, how he is going to illustrate, how he is going to make use of the ideas, the examples. Clear? How he is going to relate his ideas to the topic that is being taught. Now again, the teacher needs to develop the skill of questioning. There are different type of questions, like the higher, the middle and the low level questions, and accordingly the teacher needs to provide the required reinforcement. There are positive reinforcement and negative reinforcement, so it will depend upon the responses of the learner. So therefore, how the teacher is questioning and how the teacher is reinforcing will also come under the skill of the teacher. Again, using teaching aids, the skill of using the different aids is also very important. Accordingly, stimulus variation, the gestures, the movement, all those. And last but not least, it is achieving closure. It is, the teacher has to see that the teacher introduces the lesson, he explains and he closes or makes a summary of the day's lesson. It should never be ended up in a haphazard manner. Therefore, the time factor needs to be distributed in a way that the teacher introduces the lesson, he explains with the use of teaching aids, examples, reinforces, asks questions and all those, and lastly he has to close down his lesson, the day's lesson. So all these are nothing but the techniques that a teacher needs to adopt. So if he is able to develop the skill, then only he can become an effective teacher. Clear? So each of the skills having mastered will be switched to the other skills. So mastering of one skill at one time is the most important thing that needs to be taken into account. Thus, micro teaching is considered as a vehicle for both the in-service teachers and the pre-service teachers. Okay. Now, who is going to evaluate the teacher? The trainees. It is the observer or the supervisor. The observer should be a trained observer. Clear? The observer needs to be a trained observer so that he can give a constructive feedback. And it is only then the confidence level in trainees can be aroused. Okay. So I will be coming with the other sessions wherein I shall discuss about the different skills, each skills respectively along with their components. Today, I adopted the mind mapping technique for teaching micro teaching. Okay, for communicating the concept of micro teaching to you all. I hope you all understood it well. Not only the concept of micro teaching but also what mind mapping is. This procedure of teaching is nothing but it is through micro teaching. Clear? One thing you should be aware of is that in a micro teaching there is a cycle wherein the teacher needs to first of all plan out the lesson. Okay? Then, having planned out the lesson, he has to do the teaching. Okay? And accordingly, feedback is being provided. Clear? Then, after getting the feedback, the teacher needs to replan the lesson and then reteach the lesson and again take a re-feedback. So this is the cycle of micro teaching. Clear? We shall see to all these in my next session. So, till then,